In this video, I'm going to be going over how to do, set up an online study, which is what most of you will be doing, I imagine. So, um, okay, so this is for the online study. So I'm going to be going through the handout as I'm going along with this. Um, if you haven't already done this, log into SONA systems using your BW username. So, it'd be like jsmith17, whatever it is. So you're going to log into SONA. This is going to be your temporary password right now. This is the account that I made for all of you. So put in that password. Even if you've already been on SONA, that is the password. I changed everyone's password to this. Okay, so this is what you're going to be looking at. Obviously put in that thesis 2021 and you're going to log in. You guys may have this or you may not. I think there were only a few of you that have been participants in the past, so if you have this, you're a researcher now, just so you know. You're welcome to change your password if you want. Obviously put in the current password, new, and don't forget to hit update so it updates actually and you have the new password. So after that's done, or you can keep it as thesis 2021. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But that's how you log in and kind of get your account up and running. So to add, your study on Qualtrics should already be all put together, all good. You're just going to connect it to SONA now and make sure that it's all connected right. So what you're going to do is go to add new study. These, I think on the handout, there's this. It tells you what each of them are. I'm going over this online external study, which is the Qualtrics study. In a separate video, I went over the in-person study. So if you want to see about that, then just go watch that video. So you're going to click this because this is an online study located in Qualtrics right here. So, shows you're on the right step. All right, so it's going to bring you to this page to set it all up. You're going to put in your study name. The catchier the name, the more participants you tend to get. So just try to keep that in mind as you're thinking of what exactly you want to call your study. You're going to put in an abstract, which this can also be catchy. Make sure it's not the abstract from your paper. Make sure it's more so everyone can understand it, not just the psych major, not just your professor. Just explain what you're doing really in lay terms and shortened version of it. And then a description. You don't need to do this, but if you really wanted to, you could go more in depth about what exactly you're looking at. But this one's not required. So right now I just have the study name and the abstract. Eligibility requirements. This is going to be also in your abstract, put the eligibility requirements because it's one of the first things that they read. But the eligibility requirements, this is where you'll put, if you're only looking at people with siblings or who are in a romantic relationship or who play sports at BW, this is where you're going to put your eligibility. So don't forget to do that. That's really important, and you just have to trust that the Psych 100 students will be honest when they take the studies and truthful about whether or not they qualified to take it. Duration, this is going to obviously be how long the study lasts for, what you can do. Let's pop to the handout, make sure I'm not skipping stuff. Okay. So what you can do for the duration is have a friend take it, someone who doesn't exactly know what you're looking at, so you can get an honest and truthful example of how long your study really is. And then for the credits part of this depends on how long your study is. So if your study's 10 minutes, it's going to be a minute, or it's going to be 1 credit. If your study's 20 minutes, it's going to be 2 credits, 30 minutes, 3 credits, so on and so forth. I hope you can see the trend. So that's how you figure all that out, how many credits it's worth. Preparation, this is where you're going to put in, well, you guys probably won't for the online studies, but preparation would be more for the in-person, like if you have to drink coffee before you come, if you have to sleep 6 hours, whatever it is. That's where you'd put this, but I don't imagine you'd have any there. Don't forget to find your name in here. Everyone's name should be in here. If it's not, then I made a mistake, so just email me and we can get it all worked out. You shouldn't be able to get in if your name's not in here because you probably don't have an account yet. So just let me know if something weird is with that, or like if your name's spelled wrong. Not that that's super important, but the IRB approval code, don't worry about putting this in because I can't see, I don't have like this big database to go to see all the IRBs. So this doesn't really help me at all when I'm trying to approve your study. So yeah, so don't really worry about doing that. All right. But make sure you send me your IRB when it's approved. That's important. I need to see that. So email that to me once it's approved. What else? Okay, so I'll go over how to get it approved by me in a minute. Always click active study because if it's inactive, you know, the students can't see it to participate in it. So make sure it's active. Don't hit add the study yet. There's still more to go over. Don't worry about prerequisites or disqualifiers. Course restrictions, make sure you hit every single Psych 100 class. You're not, picking and choosing which classes. All of these Psych 100 classes, all you have to do is just click them and it sends them over there. So, yeah, so make sure you do that. Make sure you get all the classes so, you have access to all the students in Psych 100. Okay, study URL. This is where you're going to put um, the anonymous link, the distribution. I have a separate video too of how to get this all set up, and it's probably going to be a little more in depth than I'm just going to go over it right now. So watch that. This is a really important step to your studies, and it's one. I mean, I screwed this up when I was in Psych 1 or 281. So just watch the video. It's hopefully helpful. I hope. Okay. So study URL. This is where if you go to distributions this is my thesis that I did. If you go to the distributions, you're going to look for this anonymous link, copy and paste that into here. An important step is to take this second red highlighted code. Make sure you take this one. I think last time this one didn't work, but we'll just, be safe and take this one anyway. Shoot. Yeah, see. So when you click out, for some reason, it pops up and changes. So make sure once you copy and paste your link, you click over here, and then this right one will pop up. Oh my God. So what you want to do is copy and paste this red highlighted thing, put it right at the end. All right, good. So put it right at the end. There's still more steps, but for now, that's all you do in this area. Don't worry about displaying the URL. It's not really important. You can choose if you want to receive any email notifications when someone signs up for your study or when they cancel it. This is more, I guess, for the in-person ones because you're not going to have appointments necessarily to mark down. And then the rest is just don't worry about it. So you're going to add the study. I'm not going to do that because it doesn't. I'll just type in a quick thing. I love cats. Great title. Okay. And that's fine. Okay. Pretend I picked them all. Okay. Add the study. It's going to come up to this. It's going to have your title here. This is what it's going to look like when it's pretty much up and running. What you want to do first is go to this study menu and there's view administer time slots. Since this is an online time slot, you're going to come up here, click add a time slot. All it's going to have is this final participation date, which for you guys, that will be November 2nd at I think 11:59. 59. Okay, so this is going to be your final participation deadline, and that's all you do, add time slot. All right, very good. It's fine. Okay. Don't just avoid that because it's not, they can take it whenever, it doesn't matter. All right. So if we go back to my studies, you're going to find it. Obviously, you can see over here, it's going to say not approved because I have to approve it. To approve it, all you do is send request and just say I want to approve, whatever you want to type. And then you're going to send requests. That's all you have to do. If you want to like tell me the title name, but I'm pretty sure it gives me all that information when it gets sent in the email. So just, yeah, so I'll approve it for you and it'll send you an email back like letting you know that it's approved and all good to go. And I'm going to check out, make sure everything looks normal. Okay. So, and if you need to change anything in your study, you can go to change study information and it all pops back up. You could change it. All right, so for the auto grant, to make sure when people take your online study, so you don't have to go in and grant credit to each and every student that takes it, you could set it up so when they complete it, it pops up and they get credit right away. There's no pending credits. Okay, what you want to do for this, if you go over to survey, it'll bring us back. This one might be weird because I already have it set up. Let me pick a random one to show you. If you go over to survey flow, so you're looking at your survey, that's what it looks like here. If you go over to survey flow, you're going to want to add a new element, and you're going to want to add embedded data, and it's just going to be ID. Perfect. Don't forget to hit apply or else it won't apply it. Okay. So to add, so you're going to want to hit end of survey, like I just did. You add a new element. So add new element, and then it'll say end of survey. Click that one, click customize, override survey options, redirect URL. Take all that away, go back to your study, and you're just going to be this link, and hopefully it still has the question mark, ID, survey code, whatever. Copy and paste this link right here. It should have all this stuff at the end. And then apply. Let's see if it worked. Oh, shoot. It's not going to work for me because I have two different things. Okay. So when you do this, if you go back to your study and click view study website, it should take you there, and then by the time you're all done with it, it will it'll like it'll take you back to SONA, like the login page, and it'll say like credit granted, or for you it's probably going to say like can't grant credit because like you're not a participant, you're the researcher. I can see who gets credit for the study and who like has it pending. So if I see that it's pending, chances are it's not set up right, and we can go through that and make sure that it gets all, set up correctly. It shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Let me see my notes. Grant credit. There is a separate video, as I said, on the Blackboard page for granting credit, and it's like not as rushed because I'm on a 15-minute time limit here for these videos, time limit. So if you go to 281 resources, it'll have this video, auto credit granting and SONA systems, and you could follow along in that, and I hope that it sets it all up right for you. If not, again, email me because this is an important step to your study, just so you know that people actually participated and like finished participating. You guys, let's see. You don't need, okay, for this over here, oh my gosh, Mel, is that time? For this over here, each of you is allowed 236 credits total for your studies. So if it's 10 minutes long, you get 236 participants. 20 minutes long, 118 participants, because that's going to be a 2-credit study. And it breaks it down for you here. So you can see, I believe there's a spot that mentions how many credits is allowed, or how many participants or something. So keep that in mind as you go through. And then make sure when your IRB gets approved, you send me the approved IRB, and then I'll get everything approved for you on SONA, and then it'll be all up and running, and we will go from there if there's any issues. So thanks for watching. Have a good